Alright, can you start?
Good evening, everyone.
It's CCAP TV. Hi, I'm Pedro.
Hi, I'm Yor. The topic of our journal is water quality.
Water. Have you ever thought how important water is in our life?
That's a good question. I think we should know more about that.
So let's find out about water quality and its effects with our scientists, Severin and Julia.
The first water effect is temperature. It depends on the water depth, the time of year, and it's measured with a thermometer. The average should be 21 degrees Celsius for this area.
The next effect is the salinity. It's basically the salt level in the water. It's measured with a hydrometer, and the average in this area is from 30 to 38 parts per thousand.
Dissolved oxygen is the amount of oxygen that's dissolved in the water, and waves produce more oxygen.
The next one is the turbidity. It is basically how clear the water is. It depends on the salinity level. It also depends on the wind levels and the wave action in the water. And it depends on the algae, how many there are. It's like they prevent sunlight from coming in, and so it affects it. And it's measured with a Secchi disc. It's this thing, I don't know if you guys have used it. You just put it in the water, and as soon as you can't see it anymore, that's the level. You have these small marks on there so you can measure it.
Next is nutrient levels. There's eutrophic, which is a lot of nutrients, and oligotrophic, which is not enough. The Florida Keys has oligotrophic levels and calls like the levels. The main nutrients include phosphorus, carbon, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, potassium, and in the keys, calcium.
Last effect is our impact, the human impact, and it's like it says, it's how the humans impact the water, and we separated it into three main areas. That's the sewage, the waste, and the runoff. But Billy and Stine are going to talk about that later. And now back to Pedro and Yash.
That was quite interesting.
Let's go deeper into the water and see how its quality is going in the Keys. What?
Let's check that out. With our oceanographers, Christina and Samantha.
Thank you, Josh. Today at the reef it was really pretty chilly, around 21 degrees Celsius. I would recommend my bring a vessel or staying short toward Bridge Island.
The salinity is fairly constant throughout the entire region, so you don't really have to worry about that. With choppy seas today, the water is more turbid out towards Blue Key because there's a lot more waves, so I would recommend staying inshore where there is not as much wave action. And the turbidity is bad everywhere except for in the harbor where you can't see a foot down. Back to you guys.
Alright, now that was deep enough.
Yes, we should go back to the reality and see how humans affect the H2O quality, water quality.
Yeah. Well, this is the sad part. Our critics, Hurley and Cindy, would talk about this.
Thank you, Mr. Pedro. Human effect. Human, that means you guys, right? There are some that affect to the water quality, human effect. For example, the smoke that comes out of the factories, the smoke blocks the sun, and when it rains, the smoke mixes up with all the waters.
The same thing happens when the gas from the cars pollute the air.
And then the engines of the boats miss out the water, also the oil and gas pollute the water.
All the daily basics that people do, like taking a shower, flushing the toilet, affects to the quality of the water.
And the last one, there's also things that affects to the water quality that have nothing to do with the human. It's like, for example, a natural disaster like volcano eruptions, oil spills, like what happened in the Gulf of Mexico, and then tsunamis and also earthquakes. And that's all. Back to Mr. Pedro.
How can we do that? That's bad.
We really need to fix it.
Our specialists, Aidena and Chanto, can discuss about the resolutions.
We shouldn't throw our trash in the water. For example, if we vacation on a boat, we shouldn't throw it in the water. We should recycle it.
We should not waste in water, taking short showers, not leaving water run while brushing teeth.
Big companies should give permits for using big amounts of water, and they should also get license for putting anything in the water.
We should make new laws for people who misuse water should pay for it or fix it. For example, BP's oil spill.
We should educate people around the world so we can do it better in the future.
We should not flush everything down in the toilet. For example, tampons, food, etc. because it lands in the ocean and affects the water quality. Back to the Pedro.
Yeah. We had a good explanation from our reporters about water quality.
Yes, I hope everyone understood that do's and don'ts.
Oh, at least I do now.
Unfortunately, this is the end of the journal.
Yeah, so have a good night.
And see you all around the world. That's all, folks.
Go blue!